What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Game Week 30 Wildcard podcast, Wildcard special. We'll talk about 31 as well in this podcast because both game weeks are happening in the same week, effectively. So, welcome, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. I'm joined by my co-host, Karan.
What's up, Brian?
How are you doing?
Yeah, good man, good. Excited. The long break from FPL.
Indeed, it's
Too long.
too long. Indeed, fair enough. Yeah, too long. But the break was kind of welcome for me. I didn't mind because I had a dreadful game week 29, and the less I talk about it,
dude, we're having terrible seasons.
I know, but
like you're actually, and everyone I know is having a great season, except for you and me.
Yeah. So like the two of us are just here. We're on here for most pods. And we're just terrible. I need to go and get Rushant and Abin more.
Yeah.
But
we'll tell you what not to do.
Exactly. So just don't do whatever we do, basically. And welcome to FPL MFZ as well. In the chat, he says late as usual. Well, not really. We were setting some stuff up and changing some stuff.
Yeah, that's my fault, guys. Yeah, I showed up with some ideas.
Yeah.
1 minute before the stream.
So we decided to change a few things up. Anyways, so let's get straight into it. This is Ben Krelin's fixture ticker currently.
Mhm.
And basically what we have here is the doubles currently confirmed in 32. What could happen in 33? 34 blank. 35 maybe we might get, very unlikely. And 36 potentially, and 37 another blank as well. So where 33 and 36 could end up having the same number of teams doubling. So basically the teams who progressed in the FA Cup quarters to the semis, so the likes of Crystal Palace, Aston Villa, Manchester City, and Forest. Out of those four teams, three of the teams, that is Palace, Aston Villa, and Man City, will have their fixtures most likely moved to Game Week 33. Forest won't be having that situation because they don't have Europe, and their opponents also don't have Europe because they play Brentford in 34. So there is no real reason to move Forest's fixture out of that Game Week 34 week. They can move the date in the same 34 week, but doesn't have to be moved anywhere else per se. Whereas for Palace, even though they don't have Europe, their opponents in Arsenal do have Europe. Now, obviously,
that's why it's doubling.
Yeah, exactly. Now, obviously, Game Week 34 is after the European, like the next leg, because the next leg of Europe is around Game Week 32. So you have 31 Europe, 32 Europe, but the people who are making the schedule can't. I mean, it's a high likely that Real Madrid beat Arsenal.
I'm with you.
But you can't make that. You can't wait till that late to decide whether Real Madrid beat Arsenal or not. You have to make the decision.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
So, do you understand the correlation between who's likely to double in 33 and 36?
Yeah. So now 36, West Ham, on their side, there was a notice saying that if Forest were to progress to the FA Cup finals, which means they'll have to beat Manchester City, then their fixture is most likely to move into Game Week 36. So that means that would result in where West Ham, Forest have a double. So basically anyone who progresses to the finals, their fixture will move from 37 to 36 is currently what the thinking is.
Okay. And what is this definition of likely and unlikely?
Well, what do you mean? As in, like, how likely is it to actually move?
Like does he have a percentage on it?
Oh, Ben Krellin? Not really.
Yeah.
I don't think he has a percentage on it, but because we don't know, right? There are like Forest could beat City, but the bookies odds would say that City are most likely to beat Forest instead.
So just looking at this and not considering your team, what do you think is the ideal chip strategy?
When looking
purely at this.
Oh, purely at this and not looking at any specific team.
Or your team, yeah.
Okay, so assuming, so we'll have to consider we need to set a few rules here. So let's assume you have one of either triple captain or assistant manager, and not both, because if you didn't use your triple captain in 25, you most likely assistant manager, and if you...
No, but most people have used triple captain by now, right?
Yeah, no. Well, I have my triple captain still. because
Okay.
I
Yeah, but I
played the
think
assistant
okay.
manager.
Yeah.
So we kind of have to consider that as well. But
Okay.
the
So
rest,
one of TC or AM
yeah,
remaining.
one of TC or AM,
Yeah.
and then you have, let's say, bench boost and free hit. You might have used your bench boost, but we'll still consider you have one of bench boost and free
Okay.
hit.
Bench boost. Yeah.
Now, for me, bench boost would more likely, I still think 33 is good because more teams doubling. Sorry, 33 good. 36 is a bit more harder because if you wildcard now, trying to prepare for a 36 bench boost is not easy. You'll be having to make a lot of transfers and whatnot. It's just, and you
Yeah.
don't know what the doubles will be like as well because you don't know who's going to win in the FA Cup. Even though the bookies odds might say something, there's nothing to say, like, let's say Crystal Palace beating Aston Villa and Forest beating City, for example. So 33 is what I'm most likely. Now, what happens is if you bench boost in 33, then you kind of had to free hit in 34 because your squad will be decimated.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah.
Purely because you'll be heavily invested in 33's bench boost. And the thing is, even with the 33 bench boost, now even with the wildcard I made, you're more likely to be benching. Your bench will all be like single game week players, very likely. So you're not going to get a bench of you're not going to get a squad of basically 15 doublers. It's not going to happen because there's only 4 teams doubling, and at best you can have about 12 doublers.
Yeah.
Right, 3 from each. So you're going to be benching single game makers mostly. So you need to decide which week you have the better single game makers. Now, in 33, you have the likes of West Ham playing Southampton. So, for example, an Areola, who is at 4.2 as a goalkeeper, is not too bad to have as a goalkeeper option for South 33. Wan Bissaka as a 5th choice defender against Southampton in 33 is also not too bad. So good single game because then people will be carrying Salah. Salah plays Leicester in 33, another good single game week option. You will be stuck most likely, depending on the number of transfers you have. You might be stuck with Livramento or Dan Burn, whichever Newcastle defense, if you decided to go that way. Or you might be stuck with like one suboptimal defender, potentially, for 33. 32, on the other hand, you could bench boost in 32 as well. Because if you look at some of the wildcards, people will most likely be benching City assets against Crystal Palace. So you might have like Marmoush, Guardiola on your bench, and you might go, maybe I would rather play the bench boost there in that week, which is possible as well. You could do that. But there's a higher chance that you can get 11 players of doublers in 33 plus have a better single game week bench in 33 compared to 32, potentially.
Okay. So what is your final solution of what to play where?
So if you don't have the assistant manager chip and you only have triple captain, bench boost, and free hit, I would bench boost in 33, free hit in 34, and I don't mind playing the triple captain for 36 and not playing it on 32. Like,
what about wildcard in this?
Wildcard 30 or 31 is fine. The only reason I think wildcard comes down to squad purely.
Okay.
Because if you have a good squad, you 31. If you don't have a good squad, you just 30.
But I mean, whatever squad you have,
yeah.
Like now we're in the last 9 game weeks.
Yeah.
Like you have to think about when to use wildcard, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's either 30 or 31.
Whatever squad you have, right?
Yeah.
So you might as well attack with it.
Yeah, exactly.
If you have such a good squad,
Yeah, unless you wanted to keep it till 35, although I can't see the
I can't see the appeal.
Yeah, exactly. And also because the teams that double in 33, right? For example, you load up on Palace and Aston Villa, and one of them is going to double in 36. You don't know which one, but one of them will double. So you'll have at least 3 doublers there in that fixture.
Yeah.
And if the bookies odds go where City beat Forest, you probably already have City players, and you're kind of already set with City in 36 as well. Then, so because of that, the appeal in the in the late wildcard is not as there because of that reason, because you already will have the players. That's why. So yeah, triple captain 32 or 36 is fine. 36, I'm kind of thinking myself to keep it in 36 just in case, like, if City, let's say, go to the finals and they have a double in 36, they'll have Southampton and Aston Villa as a double game week. Now, if Forest beat City, Forest would have Leicester and West Ham, which I also don't mind punting on a Forest player for triple captaincy that week, to be honest. Not against it. Now, if you didn't have triple captain, you had assistant manager, bench boost, and free hit, I think you need to wildcard this week itself. That's the only week where I go. You probably need to wildcard in 30 and play your assistant manager 31, 32, 33. Mainly because
I think
Yeah.
I think that you can triple captain if you only have triple captain left. You can triple captain 32, wildcard 33, free hit 34,
yes, if you only
and
had triple
bench
captain.
boost 36, and
Yeah.
bench boost 36.
Yeah, you could do
Like,
that as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you had AM left, I'd probably wildcard now.
Yes, because you want the table bonus in 32 and
Yep.
33. And
Wildcard now, then AM 31,
31, 32, 33. Free hit in
free hit
34.
34,
And then you bench
and
boost in
then
the double. Whichever
bench
double.
boost in the 36.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
Hey,
obviously,
Brian, ask me what tips I actually have left.
so you've used your wildcard.
I've used everything.
Oh,
I think
okay.
I have only. I don't think I have anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
I don't have anything.
Okay, so it'll be interesting to
Yeah.
see how you navigate it as well in terms of like trying to
Oh, I
get
have
the
free
players.
hit. Sorry, I have free hit.
Okay. So here's the question for you. Because in
Yeah.
your scenario where you've used everything and only have free hit, it might be worth using the free hit in one of the doubles.
Yep.
And
Thinking about it.
navigating 34 and 37.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
That's probably what I would.
I mean, but to navigate 34, like, what sort of team do you have to carry? It's like,
You'll have to hold the Newcastle assets.
Yeah.
Because they have Ipswich. So you'll hold all three of your Newcastle assets. You'll have Liverpool assets.
you hold Bournemouth, I think.
You hold Bournemouth. They play United, but still not too bad. You can hold Bournemouth. You'll hold Liverpool. So you might even go from one Liverpool from Salah to like two Liverpool options, maybe potentially if you
Yeah.
wanted to.
You hold like Brighton,
Yeah.
Fulham, yeah.
Probably
yeah.
Yeah, Brighton, West Ham, like in terms of Areola as a goalkeeper option, maybe one by Saka as a defensive option. You could still have Man United. It's not too bad as well for those who still have like Bruno Fernandes. It's okay to hold. But yeah, those are the options potentially. You still would want. No, if you free hit in 33, then you don't need to worry about City or Aston Villa. You still get your Crystal Palace though potentially in 30 because you wanted it in 33.
But as in the issue is between now and then, you kind of want City and maybe even Aston Villa, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. You probably want City more than you want Aston Villa because Aston Villa Champions League, you could just make the case that potentially rotation that might hit minutes.
Honestly, I don't really see it. I think you want to own the players that don't blank in 34, which means you want, you know what I mean? You want to own the players that don't blank in 30, that blank in 34.
Yeah.
So you probably want a free hit in 34.
Yeah, you could.
Like
Yeah,
regardless. Like,
yeah,
I
fair
think
enough. Because the people you have in 33, you'll have potentially have in 36 as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could still probably it also
when
depends.
will we know 36s? I always ask this question to you because you always know the answer. When will we know
after the semis?
36? So what is it?
That's
between
like 34. So basically 35 onwards.
Oh, that's so sick.
Yeah.
So we have to decide whether to use the free hit blind.
Oh yeah, if you only have the free hit left, you kind of have to decide. Yeah. This is why you need to make. The only thing that you don't need to decide is probably triple captain because it doesn't impact your squad planning. Everything else, you kind of need to know what you're doing.
I mean, it still impacts. You can't play two chips in one double.
Oh yeah, that's it
impacts that.
Yeah, but like everything else, you like assistant manager, bench boost, free hit, all of that kind of involves squad planning and transfers and everything. So you need to decide all of that. And the reason I prefer assistant manager now compared to later is because now the table bonus is more attractive. Like you can go Glasner, you can potentially go even like Unai Emery instead. If, for example, if Villa lose to Brighton, then there's table bonus for Unai Emery against Forest. Otherwise, there isn't. Otherwise, Glasner is like he has at least table bonus against City, Newcastle, Arsenal. Potentially,
if he wins against Brighton, he doesn't have table bonus, right?
Who? Unai Emery.
Glasner.
Oh, Oh no.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Glasner. Right.
Oh, Glasner. No, he could, right? Potentially. City and Newcastle are still pretty high.
Is Brighton a 7th? Right. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's because City and Newcastle and Arsenal are all pretty high that I don't know. Maybe the points difference might change, but I don't feel like it'll change too much.
But he won't get more than one, because if he wins against Brighton and against City, then Newcastle.
Oh yeah. Then it's
yeah. So what my point is that you're not getting 3 table bonus fixtures. You're getting 2.
Yeah, you're most like potentially, unless he wins against Brighton, wins against City, loses against Newcastle and Bournemouth, and then you get the table bonus against Arsenal.
Yeah. So but at most you can only get 2. Is what I'm trying to say.
2 or 3. If you get lucky, you get 3.
How can you get 3?
Arsenal, right? Second in the Premier League right now.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I'm talking about between 31 and 32. Yeah.
Oh no. Sorry. Yeah, between 31 to 33, I'm talking about. So best case scenario.
Out of the 5, how much table bonus can you win at most?
Probably 3 you can get. But how much can you win is a different story. Maybe you could look at it and you can go, okay, Palace could beat Brighton. Palace could beat Newcastle.
Yeah.
Those are 2 table bonus games that potentially could. They might lose to City and they might lose to Arsenal. Bournemouth is not a table bonus game, so by then you could also switch to a different table bonus manager.
Yeah.
To be honest.
But table bonus is gonna be possible in max like 3 games.
Yeah. But ideally, you're looking at the best case scenario is like you get about 60 points, between 50 to 60 points. Good. Then you
and Ho is probably the second best pick.
It could become Unai Emery depending on the situation. Cause
it could.
Yeah, because so if Aston.
No, as in you could have a solution that goes Ho in 31, Ho in 32, and then Unai Emery in 33.
Yes, you could also have a situation where you just stick with Unai Emery throughout. And it's only dependent on if Brighton beat Aston Villa this week. Because if Brighton beat Aston Villa, then there is a table bonus game against Forest.
Yeah.
Southampton, you don't care because you expect Aston Villa to win it, so you just take like 12 points or something.
Yeah, but it's good that you don't have to change. But someone's having a double though, right?
Oh yeah, so Aston Villa will have a double in 33.
In 33, yeah, but not in 32, right?
No, they won't. But
so then why? So but then, if you had you'd rather have the guy you have for 32 for 31, right?
No, so if let's say because here's the thing: if they win, if Aston Villa win against Southampton, you're looking at about 10 points. That's what like Slot got potentially, right? So you're looking at about 10 points. Yeah. Whereas punting it on Eddie Howe or a Glasner, you need them to win as well.
No, but we did this last time, remember?
Yeah.
And like and we were asking why did all the solvers show that the guy without table bonus doubling is higher than the table bonus.
Yeah,
guy, it was like Slot, right?
Yeah,
Slot
exactly.
was the optimal
and it didn't come
answer.
out that's the best like result eventually.
No, but
yeah.
No, it kind of did.
No,
like Moyes kind of won over him. But
but then
we're pretty lucky. Like on expected points, it's pretty close.
Yeah, but I think the thing is like because the people who went chasing table bonus got about 60. Like I got 56 points from that, compared to anyone who went on like Slot didn't really, because the last week I went Glasner and got that table bonus as well.
Yeah, but Slot. But if you went Slot into Glasner instead, it was still a good move.
But not many people did that. That's the thing, because of.
Okay. Yeah, I went Slot into Glasner.
Okay, that's a different story. Yeah.
And you did better than me, but it wasn't by that much.
Oh no, yeah. But if you stayed on Slot, then that's the difference. Yeah. That's kind of where the situation is. Now, so again, Emery is on an option, Glasner another option, and like Eddie Howe or Glasner in 32 swap in as well. The thing is, you want to save as many transfers as possible as well now, because you kind of want to. You'll have to spend some transfers of removing Newcastle players to get some Aston Villa players in 33 as well, potentially, if you want to bench boost. So there are a few things like that as well. But I guess that assistant manager, if you're assistant manager chip, I don't know, you could also still be looking at like, oh, I want assistant manager and also get some Aston Villa players. They kind of have to see how you go in like transfers and whatnot.
Yeah. I mean, Newcastle is the main attraction for not free hitting 34.
Yes. Yeah. So that's kind of where the lay of the land is. So
yeah, no, it's cool.
Yeah, that's how we're looking like. I'm just gonna have a look at the chat. If MFZ is just unpopular opinion, but since you're flying under the radar, yeah. So we'll speak about like when we get to.
Yeah, we'll talk about players soon.
Yeah.
What's next?
All right, fixtures. Let's get into it. So I've got Game Week 30's odds and clean sheets up here. We don't have the odds and clean sheet for 31, but I've got 31's fixtures as well because we may not have a podcast.
I love seeing a 3 on the screen. We never see a 3.
I know.
We talked about this last time. We were like, we rarely see a 3.
Yes, and this is a massive one. Not only that, this week I can see. This is why a lot of people are also playing their wildcard this week. Look at the amount of twos and high clean sheet odds and everything. It's insane. Like Arsenal, Liverpool, Bournemouth, City, all plus 40s, and Crystal Palace is almost there as well in a 40 range. Then the amount of twos you have here. So it's expected to be a big week, which is why a lot of people are trying to get on that wildcard, and because there's like it's a good route for City, for example, good route for Arsenal as well at this moment. Palace as well, good entry point with Southampton. So yeah, where do you want to start?
Yeah, I'm looking at this, and I get why City Leicester is the highest. It just makes too much sense.
Yeah,
like you look at everything, and it's like Forest and Man U both can randomly concede lots of goals.
Yes, or it could be a very low scoring game as well.
Yeah, but like there's no incentive for that to happen.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
Same with Brighton and Villa. Villa are gonna just turn the game into mud.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And Newcastle, Brentford, Newcastle will attack, but Brentford are pretty good away from home now.
Yeah.
Right. And Liverpool, Everton, it's a derby. I totally get why everything is like kind of high, but nothing is crazy high.
Yeah, it's only the City one. I mean, I think the Palace one, like the goals could be slightly more higher because you'd expect them to score more than like 2 potentially.
So how did Mateta look in the FA Cup?
I didn't watch the game.
But do you know what people thought about it?
Oh, I watched the game somewhat. Like because I was like on the way home, and I was like on my phone watching partially. From the partially bit I watched, he didn't really have too much to do. He had like one shot potentially that I saw, but like apart from that, not really. I could even check SofaScore to see what like his rating was.
I just did that.
Oh, okay. But like
as you were saying that,
there wasn't much mentioned about him online as well. In terms of what he did in the game. But he did get
a score. He had a bad game.
SofaScore says he had a bad game. Yeah. Oh, 6.5. Yeah. So it's not great. It's not bad as well. It's just average. So he didn't really do much.
His average is 7 this season. Yeah.
Yeah. So it, like
1.1.
It shows 0 shots, but I think 1 he could have had potentially. I guess it didn't count as a shot, but like yeah. But he's coming back from injury as well. That's the other thing. And Fulham are pretty decent team. It's just that Fulham didn't turn up on that day. But in general, they're a pretty decent team. Now, Southampton is not the same thing as that.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just checking. How many minutes did he play? 70 minutes.
But if you're asking me who to get between Marmoush and Mateta, and if you had to make a transfer this week, I'd go for Marmoush over Mateta.
Yeah, I think most people would.
Yeah.
I think most people would, which is why I think it's maybe a good chance to go against. Like, Southampton are trash. Like, I think Southampton are worse than Leicester.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I don't know why this doesn't reflect that.
I don't know if there's the fact that City have a higher route to goals compared to Palace, and City.
Yeah, but I mean, does Marmoush really get that much space without Haaland?
This is what we don't know. We haven't seen it.
Like, it just feels like Haaland sucks up all the space.
Yeah, and then Marmoush exploits that space. That's true.
Yeah.
I don't know who's going to suck up the space now that Haaland's not there. The only thing is like Marmoush will now be on pens.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah. I don't know. Like it's a tough one to call. I do think Palace should have a higher goal percentage over there. Like 1.85, I feel it's a bit too low.
Yeah.
But I still like. Would you be shocked if City outscored Palace this week? I mean, like between the 2 games, if City scored more goals? Probably not, right?
No.
Yeah. I guess that's kind of. Yeah. It's just that will Marmoush get the lion's share compared to what Mateta will get?
Yeah, I think Guardiola's the one, man.
Yes, that's another thing we kind of have to wait and see because O'Reilly played left back. So that is another thing of like whether he'll play again left back or not is another question. Guardiola hasn't really had many shots as well in the last couple game weeks.
He hasn't, but like City is like the system they want to get to has Guardiola at left wing.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, but they can't afford to play that without good midfielders.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
But that's very obviously what he wants to get to.
Yeah.
So one of these days we'll see Guardiola do that.
Yep.
We don't know when.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of why I would have him on the wildcard because he's just one of these is just going to come with like a 15-point and you're going to be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, totally agree.
So yeah, that's kind of where like some of the fixtures look at.
Bournemouth going under the radar, in my opinion. People aren't talking about it now.
Bournemouth. Now this is the difference between people who are wildcard in 30 and wildcard in 31. A lot of people who are wildcard in 30 might be removing most of their Bournemouth assets, but they might still keep like a Clivert potentially.
I have Evan Nilsson, which is a real differential.
Yeah, so I also have Evan Nilsson as well. But I'm wildcard in 31, so that's why. So I'll have him for 31. So I'll have him for 30. But then 31 is when I'll probably look at removing my Bournemouth assets. Now, they have a good fixture in 31 as well against West Ham. But it's just that other players might have slightly better fixtures. And I don't want to spend another transfer to be removing Bournemouth players the week after. That's kind of the reason. But Bournemouth this week is a really good option. And the only thing is there's no, like armband wise, you probably wouldn't put anyone there. But as a, like trying to have attacking players in that is not too bad.
Yeah, Evan Nilsson, Semenyo, Clivert, all the classic.
Yep. All good. And
okay, let's talk captaincy now or no?
Yeah, let's go captaincy. Salah, probably the most popular, but is he the best?
I'm definitely going to captain an Egyptian player.
Oh, that's same here.
Yeah.
Clearly, but we don't know which Egyptian we're going to captain. I mean, okay, I put the armband on Marmoush at the moment.
Yeah.
Because I'm chasing rank. That's just.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
I just feel like he's going to get marked out of the game.
Who, Marmoush?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
Like at Frankfurt, he scored a shitload of goals, a lot of assists.
Yeah.
But it was Ekitike making all the space.
Okay. But it's also Bundesliga.
Much like Holland.
Yeah, it's also Bundesliga where it's way more open.
But Bundesliga is so open.
Yeah, exactly. This is not the same thing here. The only thing is you could say that Leicester are pretty bad.
Yeah, Leicester are bad, but they can still make the game hard.
True, but Bruno Fernandes also scored a shitload of points last week.
Yeah.
Against Leicester, which I should have done that move. I was looking to do that for a hit and I just didn't trust my gut.
I got him. I messed up the captaincy. Like I literally, I accidentally captained Evan Nilsson. It was a total mistake.
See, this is
I just fell asleep with the app.
But that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to bring in Bruno and captain him, but yeah, here we are. So I mean, yeah. So captaincy, I think Marmoush, Salah, I still believe Salah will be the most popular captaincy this week.
Yep.
Just because he's Salah, and apart from him, the only other options are honestly, I won't be surprised if Palmer is fit, for example. He generally does well against Spurs as well. The only thing is his form has been pretty poor recently that you can't really put the armband on him. But he's not a bad option to have.
Spurs have people coming back from injury.
Yeah,
that's the main.
But Chelsea also, I think Chelsea have had Jackson back.
Yeah, that's true. This game's going to be hard to call.
Yeah, fair enough. That's the thing. So
I would still be shocked if Chelsea beat them like 4-1.
Oh yeah, but that probably might not happen. Yeah. But yeah, anything else like fixtures that stand out? I guess.
I mean, I think like a Eze pick or something is also nice.
Yes. Now this is what I want. I guess maybe we make it the Wildcard. We'll talk about like Eze versus Sa. There was also discussion, like there was a question from, do you go Eze and Sa and avoid Mateta as well, potentially?
Yeah. I'm thinking about that.
Yeah. So that's also not a bad option as well, to be honest.
Do you not like Munoz as much with the Palace fixtures?
Who?
Munoz?
Munoz, I think Munoz is amazing. He's going to be so attacking.
Yeah, I think the clean sheets don't matter.
Yeah, exactly. He's just way too attacking. Even like in the cup fixture.
Yeah, I'm glad you agree. Yeah.
He had a chance to set, I think, Ismail Sarr up. He just put it a bit too much and went a bit too ahead. But that could have become like a goal scoring opportunity as well. So like he's just way too
that
attacking.
goal he scored recently. Wait,
Yeah.
do you see that? Where he goes outside the defender and smashes it into the.
He's a right winger playing at right back basically.
Yeah.
He's way too attacking to like. You just don't worry about the defensive, like the clean sheet fixtures. Just get him in. He's too attacking.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So yeah,
Mateta is kind of better than Marmoush for a long-term planning thing, though.
Yes, because we don't know when Haaland's going to be back as well.
Yeah.
That is a bit of a problem as well. It's just that while Haaland is injured, Marmoush is good. It's just that once Haaland is back, you're kind of screwed. Because then again, Marmoush's minutes just go into like, will he play this week? Will he not play this week? You're kind of like screwed. Whereas Mateta, you know he's going to play every week.
Yeah, Palace has a lot of games against teams that are considered better on paper.
Yes, and that is where Ismail Sarr slightly does better than Eze in terms of counter-attacking. Which kind of helps. Now, obviously, this week you would assume Eze might do better because it's against Southampton. But like the double where they basically play City and Newcastle, probably say that it might be better for Ismail Sarr instead. That's the only kind of.
So tactically, they will sit back and counter.
Yeah,
I mean they're a pretty possession-based team, right? Palace.
Yeah, but like against City and even Arsenal, they're probably not going to hold that much position, so they'll have to counter.
And then Sarr is the outlet more than Mateta.
Yeah. Because they go from the FA Cup game I was watching, like the width is generally good, and then Sarr is the one who's faster to run. Mateta is generally more central, but he's also sometimes because he doesn't have the pace of Ismail Sarr. So by the time he can get up there, Sarr is already like centrally up there.
Oh, so Mateta is more like occupying the centre backs.
Yeah.
Right.
So the outlets will be mostly like Eze, Sarr. Eze not as much pace as Sarr, but like So that's why the counterattacks Ismail Sarr will be.
Yeah.
He might even be more forward on counterattacks than Mateta.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you like any City midfielders other than
Foden? But here's the thing with Foden.
I'm gonna get Savinho.
Savinho is the one with the better data.
Yeah. The Pep loves Savinho.
Yeah. It's just that his minutes are not like close to 80 or anything. He's like 70, 60 something minutes for Savinho, I think.
Yeah. He also can't finish.
Yeah, that's
for anyone.
So
for anyone watching, I watch a lot of City, and like he just doesn't have a good shot.
It's XA and not XG with Savinho. But
no, but I mean he'll have like 0.6 XG and not score all the time.
Yeah.
He's the opposite of clinical. Yeah. Oh wow! Look at understat for Savinho, and it could not have made my point any better.
It's a bad finisher. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a fucking dog shit finisher.
Yeah. Okay. It's like Doku at this point.
Dude, look at this. He has 0.4 XG, 0.1, 0.5, 0, 0.6, 0.6. All with this with 0 goals.
So he's not a great finisher.
He's a terrible finisher.
Yeah. So which is why Phil Foden. But the thing is, with Phil Foden's
in terrible form.
Yeah, that, and we haven't really seen him playing with Marmoush now, so that's a different story as well. We kind of have to wait and see.
And he's expensive. How do you make him work?
Yes. So if you get him, you kind of don't get Saka. And at this point, with Saka back, I'd rather want Saka instead.
Yeah.
That's the
but Saka is not going to play. Right?
No, but for the double in 33, would you have a fit Saka, or would you have Foden instead?
I think you'd have a fit Saka by then.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely not getting Saka this week. Maybe on Wildcard.
Okay.
Arteta's mind games are like it's very real. Like he likes it.
I think a lot of people wildcarding this week are having like Palmer as their placeholder for Saka. I mean, you could have Foden as a placeholder as well for Saka. You could try it out and see, right? Like if Foden against Leicester, it's not a bad fixture to have him for.
Sure. Yeah.
And then
I mean, it's just like Foden. Sure.
But like who else?
Savinho is just easier to own as a fifth mid.
Yes. Ooh. The thing is, at that point, I feel like there are slightly depends on who you get in your midfield. Maybe we'll go to the drafts and then we can have like a discussion on that.
Yeah.
Anything else to talk about the fixtures or? 31. 31. Do you see, like in terms of captaincy, 31? Isak?
Hang on. I need the Isak. I think is the obvious one, right?
Yeah, against Leicester. Salah plays Fulham. Who else stands out?
I'm just trying to bring up Brent Crone's thing.
Here the fixtures. Yeah, here you go.
Oh, you got it. Yeah. This is very obviously Isak.
Yeah. But yeah, there's no one else.
I think Isak will be like 200% captain.
Probably, yeah, for that one.
Yeah.
And then 32 also, he'll be the most popular captain. Okay. Wildcard drafts. All right. I made 2 drafts. A Gameweek 30 wildcard and a Gameweek 31 wildcard. Just to kind of show what the slight differences might be. The front 3 are very similar. I feel like the front 3 kind of picks itself regardless of which week you play it in. The defense also, at least 4 defenders pick themselves. The 5th defender is the defender of choice where you can, depending on whether you're bench boosting, which week you're bench boosting, stuff like that. That's where the 5th defender comes into play. Because like Gabriel, Munoz, Guardiola, and Newcastle defender is also up for like, you can go Dan Burn, but keep in mind he has 8 yellow cards, so that's a slight worry. Livramento could be an option as well. People might not go for a Newcastle defender as well. That's a possibility. But I think people would want to load up on Newcastle. So anyway, that's kind of where I'm at. The midfield is kind of where I've gone different. Now, Gameweek 30's wildcard midfield would have a Kluivert, I think, because of that Ipswich fixture. But people will remove Kluivert after that. Like come 32, Kluivert won't be there. So they will offer that's one of the changes they'll make. I feel like Ismail Sarr will be in a lot of teams because of budget reasons. I don't mind Eze as well. I was looking at trying to find a way to get maybe Eze instead of Sarr. But that would mean that I have like a Morgan Rogers instead of like a Rashford, for example. But I went with Rashford just because he just looks better now in like a Villa shirt. And I feel like as an FPL player, I prefer, if Rashford was to get minutes, I prefer him over Morgan Rogers at the moment.
Who do you think is the number 4 striker option behind these 3?
Oof. You know, funnily enough, this was one mentioned, like for someone who asked the Sarr and Eze question. He was looking at, this is Joseph, he was looking at Joe Pedro. Who is not a bad
Can you
option.
collect his fixtures?
Yeah. Right. So Joe Pedro, Brighton, where is Brighton? So Aston Villa this week, Crystal Palace, Leicester in 32. So we have bench boosting in 32. I mean, Leicester, not too bad. 33, they got Brentford. 34, they got West Ham. Pretty decent fixtures. 35, not great. But 36, they got Wolves. And then 37, 38 is a bit more harder.
Yeah, these are pretty good.
Yeah.
But I'm just looking at others that might have any doubles.
If you're looking at doubles, you have to target. The Forest is not
Watkins
an option.
Make any sense?
Watkins could be an option. I think Watkins is going to be the option when people transfer from 32 to 33. A lot of people are going to start selling Isak, including myself potentially, to a Watkins.
Yeah.
The only thing is you can't, like, squad building wise, it's hard to have Isak Watkins plus Salah and one premium other midfielder.
And Jackson's fully fit?
I don't know, but I still wouldn't.
Yeah.
Because of Chelsea's form, they probably wouldn't be in the conversation. The fixtures are good. It's just that the form is not as great, so wouldn't go there.
I'm just thinking it would be nice if you could go double Palace midfield.
Yes.
Instead of this guy, Kluivert, and then have Munoz, and then instead of Mateta, have the fourth best striker pick.
Yeah, fair enough.
And that, I think that might be like either Watkins already or like Jackson and then into someone else or something.
Yeah, that's true.
Jackson into Watkins.
It could still be like you can keep Evan Nilsson for now and then move to someone else. But like,
yeah, you could keep Evan Nilsson. Yeah, of course. Yeah,
that's an option because Bournemouth could potentially double. No, Bournemouth, if City win in the FA Cup semis, Bournemouth double in 36. So you could have a potential double game week player.
Oh, right. Yeah,
36 as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So Evan Nilsson could also be like an option if you wanted to.
Yep.
It's just so Watkins is probably that option. It's just that because of the squad built-in structure, he can't be that option because you'll have like two premium midfielders and Isak, and then you're looking for budget because you'll have the likes of Guardiola, Gabriel as well. At this point, you're going to have expensive goalkeepers as well because all.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Guardiola is a must. Is Trippier a pick?
Ooh. Me personally, I wouldn't go there because I feel like I don't trust his fitness.
Yep.
That's the only reason.
Oh, he's 34. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm a bit worried with that. If he plays continuously, I mean, they only had the league to focus on, Newcastle. But I'm slightly worried.
He's been in good form on surface. So.
Yeah, he has. But I'm slightly worried about fitness. That's the only thing. I still think Livramento is a equally good enough pick. He's just a very attacking.
He played 90 minutes in the League Cup.
Oh, Trippier. Yeah.
Yeah. But that was on the 17th of March. He hasn't played since.
Yeah. But then Newcastle haven't played since.
Yeah. So like he's got a long rest. Yeah.
Yeah. True. So I mean that's another thing where you can wait and see. For those of you wildcard in 31, you had that one more week of information to see like how he looks like and whatnot. Whether you want to go for Trippier or you want to go for like a Livramento or Dan Burn, stuff like that. Like Guardiola is also not really a must because like City's defense is a bit up in the air at times. Like they could do well. They could also like concede that goal every game kind of thing where you don't get your clean sheets then.
Yeah.
Now goalkeepers is another interesting point because wildcard 30, I think a lot of people will probably end. I've seen a lot of people on Rare.
Ederson is not nailed.
No. The last time Ederson, I think because he was injured, Ortega started. But I do get your point. Ederson is not nailed. It doesn't feel nailed. Yeah. That's the only problem.
Yeah.
The only
Raya is nailed.
Yeah, the only reason I had Ederson in here was just because of that potential double in 36. But maybe Raya might actually be the better option. But with Raya as well.
What about one of the cheap doubling keepers like Henderson or even Pope?
The thing with Henderson is like then you're
Pope is back, right?
Pope is back, yes. Now when you look at the fixtures, right? Henderson you're probably not going to get because then you'll be with double Palace defense. You probably don't want
why not both?
Who?
Henderson and Pope, and then you get a doubler in 32 and 33.
So you'll have like double Palace defense instead of double Palace attack, or you won't have Munoz.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
That's the other thing.
Yeah.
With Pope, you could do that and not have Livramento. And I was thinking about that as well.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. So Pope is a possibility. It's just that I look at their 32 double. They have United and Crystal Palace. I mean, that's the same as Livramento. I don't mind having Nick Pope, to be honest. I guess the thing is when it goes into 33, who is your second keeper? Because ideally you'd want one keeper at least doubling in 33, right? Whereas if you had Pope and let's say, for example, Areola from West Ham, Neither of them are doubling in 33.
Yeah, that's true. But you can try to solve for the bench boost now as well.
Yeah, so you could then end up with like I've seen a few squads end up with Nick Pope and Martinez from Aston Villa.
Yeah,
that is a possibility. The only thing is I don't trust Aston Villa's defense to keep a clean sheet in 33.
Yeah.
But at least maybe you'll have two doubling goalkeepers in that specific situation. Sorry, you'll have one doubling keeper in 33 and you'll have one in 32. If you go Pope and Martinez.
Yeah.
And there is a possibility that Aston Villa could double in 36 as well then. So you could have that extra double game week player in 36.
Yeah. Is there a world where you hold your wildcard till you have more information?
As in like what, 32?
34? Like if your team is team has to be really set up.
Yeah, right? and this goes back to the whole players in 33 will play in 36 most likely, so you still want yeah, so like it's just the appeal of the wildcard is just a bit lower.
Yeah, I feel
you could hold it till 32 though, if you're not playing the triple captaincy in 32. Or if you don't have an assistant manager, for example. But it just depends on whether your team is set up for that or not.
I don't really see the appeal of waiting between now and 32.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I guess.
Yeah, so I'd rather.
It's not that. It just doesn't seem that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather just make the press the wildcard in this week somewhere 31, 32, or 31 or 30.
Yeah, for sure.
To be honest. So those are some of the players. Now, in terms of Aston Villa players, obviously they have their ideal fixture for Aston Villa is 32 in terms of Southampton. The only thing is that Southampton fixture is smack middle between the two PSG legs.
Yeah, right.
In the Champions League.
Now, Villa, when they're tired, are a shit team. I'm just not that interested in loading up on Villa.
Yeah.
I think my pick would be like Rashford or Asensio. But
for the double in 33, or you mean for 32?
Like if I would, I'd probably get them for the 32-33 stretch.
Yeah. So for 32, like because
like I wouldn't get Watkins, I would get Rashford or Asensio.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Now that's kind of what I like. I've thought of getting one player for 32. I've got Rashford in there because I think there's a higher chance that he plays that Southampton fixture and like comes off the bench for PSG fixtures instead of starting the PSG fixtures.
Makes sense.
Because like they could have Morgan Rogers playing on one wing, Jacob Ramsey in the other, and like Asensio playing that false 9 behind Watkins in the Champions League. And then Rashford comes off the bench and then potentially starts in the Southampton fixture. So that's kind of why I've gone for Rashford in that hope. Because he did play the striker spot in the FA Cup as well, because Watkins was rested. So there is a possibility he can play striker as well.
Yeah, that increases upside for sure.
Yeah, exactly. And he took pens. While he took
the penalty. He scored the second goal. Right?
Yeah, while Asensio was on the pitch. So he could even be first choice penalty taker over Watkins as well, potentially.
Okay, in these drafts, who did you hate leaving out?
Who did I hate leaving out?
Who did you hate leaving out? That's not in either of these drafts.
I wanted Eze.
Yeah.
Because I like as a rank, someone who's like trying to claw down rank. This draft looks very template for me, and I don't like it. Like I want a few different.
I mean, you want explosive players.
Yeah, exactly.
You need explosive players.
Yeah. So Eze was one option. That I would have loved to have had. The thing is, who do I drop Eze for? That would have to be for Ismail Sarr potentially.
Yeah, I mean, this is why I was saying you drop Mateta, get Evan, and you have Eze and Sarr.
So Eze and Sarr instead of like Rashford.
And you probably don't have Palmer.
Oh, are you talking about Wildcard 30 or 31? Oh, regardless,
Regardless, yeah.
Yeah. So Palmer is basically a Saka. I mean, you don't have Saka. Yeah, potentially. But then you might want Saka for like 33, and this is where I'm like, I want to try and limit the amount of transfers I do as well. So like if you look at the squad for 33,
I think you can also not have Gabriel.
Yes, that's a possibility. But the question is, who do you go and get Saliba?
Like I like Raya, but
Yeah.
I think you can not have Gabriel.
Yep.
And you could even have a Trippier. Like if
Who?
you're chasing rank, right?
Yeah.
Like
But who would
I'm
be
just saying.
your other Arsenal? Or you
I,
don't go
I think I'd
Arsenal?
pick Trippier, Munoz. Like I don't know, Livramento.
The other option is like this is why I want to kind of wait and see a bit more information, because now obviously Trent is injured for the moment, but Bradley could become a nice option as well.
Yeah, but you'll have to transfer him out in like one game week.
If Trent is back, yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Yeah,
doesn't make sense. What if Joe Gomez plays right back?
Yeah, fair enough. Fair points.
You see Liverpool in the market for Kirkes?
Kirkes is another player that you could have in this draft. Now, fixtures defensively are not that great, but
yeah, Kirkes is good.
But yeah, because his attacking potential is there, so he's not too bad to have. Yeah, so it's just Eze that I wanted to have that I don't have in this draft. I think Jacob Murphy will be a popular 30 option, but not there for like the ones who wildcard in 31 will probably have Anthony Gordon instead, potentially. If Gordon is fit.
I like Jacob Murphy actually.
Yeah, he could be an option as well. I've seen a lot of people on 30 wildcard have Jacob Murphy. Because Gordon obviously suspended for 30. And then
Karan says, but the template game week 30 is explosive in itself.
Yes.
Not everyone will wildcard. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people that are in good positions might go against it.
Yeah,
right?
So if
because it's quite swingy in itself.
Which one? The 30.
The game week 30 template.
Yeah.
Like this one.
Yeah.
Similar to this.
Yep. So there is the game week 30 template where like the game week 30 template is almost the only thing that's not in let's say a game week 30 wildcard compared to the current game week 30 teams is like the Evan Nilsson.
Yeah.
Like Evan Nilsson will be one pick. Kirkes, for example, is another option. People actually removed Isak, so there might be people without Isak as well, because they wanted to try and get Haaland in and all of that, so they'll be wildcarding back. Palmer could actually be semi in some wildcard squads, not in other wildcard squads. Non-wildcarders probably have Palmer. Bruno Fernandes is also not too bad an option. A lot of people who aren't wildcarding have Bruno. But it's the fact that like if you're rank chasing, regardless of when you wildcard 30 or 31, you want a few more like differential explosive players, and the problem is the wildcard is too strong. It picks itself.
I mean, you think it picks itself. We'll see how it goes, right?
Yeah, true.
What is likely to go wrong here? Like Mateta could be like not the same after his injury.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Marmoush is like doesn't have any space.
Yeah.
Someone else, Foden gets all the glory. Like
Murphy
there's lots of things that can happen here.
Murphy versus Anthony Gordon as a 2 differential points right now. That's
I mean, I'm not huge on Gordon.
But like I still prefer him over Murphy at the moment. If Newcastle,
his game is so limited, man.
Who, Gordon?
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
It's so like he runs really fast and then has a shorter cross. Like
when he gets the points. I mean, someone I'd like to have Asensio, like FPL MSZ mentioned earlier. Obviously,
I like Asensio a lot.
Yeah, it's just the Champions League, but I'll be getting Asensio in 33. That's kind of what. So I'll have like triple Aston Villa attack. So I wouldn't go Aston Villa.
Yeah, but I like just making your fifth midfielder the person that you're going to use them.
Yeah, but the fifth midfielder is like
whether it be Sarr or Rashford or Asensio.
Yeah. So no, I'm talking about like anyone who has a Newcastle midfielder is switching them out for an Aston Villa midfielder.
Oh right, you don't have to do that.
Yeah. That's so regardless of like whether you work out this week or next game week.
Yeah.
Your Newcastle midfielder is not staying in 33. Yeah. That's where that's where you go. People have the options between picking between Rodgers, Asensio, and Rashford.
And that's also why I like double Newcastle defense. because then you don't have to use one on the midfield spot.
Fair enough.
And you can still,
you could still have that.
Like,
Yes,
that's why I like Livramento and Trippier, or Livramento and
Pope.
Pope.
Yeah, fair enough. That could also actually be a good point. The only thing is, I look at that and I look at Newcastle's fixtures and I go, I don't really see them keeping clean sheets.
This could be 4 clean sheets between 30 and 32.
Really? Oh, you mean so between 30 and 32? Yes. No, I'm talking about 32 and 33.
Yeah, but that's fine. But because you got four possible clean sheets in the next 3.
Yeah.
You're doing it for the rewards right now.
Yeah. So if you're wildcarding now, you get is a good option.
That's what I'm saying. Double Newcastle defense on wildcard now seems good. Probably 30 more than 31.
Yeah. Because you have one extra game of a clean sheet possibility.
Yeah, and Brentford at home is okay.
Yeah.
It's good, in fact.
Yeah, you kind of have to make your differentials. You have to, for anyone who's chasing, you have to try and find differentials.
Yep.
So these drafts are just like, what could the template be? Even Rashford, I don't think will be the template. I think that's also, I've just snuck in there differential there.
Yeah, I don't think Rashford is template at all.
Yeah. If anything,
you haven't been in both drafts.
No.
I think that's...
If anything, Morgan Rogers might become more template than Rashford.
Yeah, this is why I just prefer Eze, man. Eze is such a good pick.
I want to get him in, and I can do that. Then that means I go
I just think
Murphy
that game
instead
week
of
30 draft. That game week 30 draft, if you could put Eze instead of Kluivert and...
Yeah, it's possible.
And then Mateta to Evan Nilsson.
Yeah, that's possible as well.
I just like that so much more.
Yeah.
And I don't even like the Rashford pick that much. I think there's...
Yeah. Well, you could have Jacob Murphy instead of Rashford for now.
Yeah, or you could have Gabriel to Newcastle defender. And...
You already have Newcastle defender, that's the thing. I have Livermore on the bench there, by the way.
Okay, so what can you do with upgrading Rashford? If you have Eze for Kluivert.
If you have Eze for Kluivert, price-wise...
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to our real live build-in. Let's do this.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, let's talk midfield. Now, obviously...
and we can actually just, if people have suggestions in the chat, we can try that out.
Yeah, everyone bring up, if you guys have suggestions on, midfielders are getting, do let us know. Yeah. Let me bring up the chat.
Let's make a live wildcard.
Let me bring up the chat on my phone as well. Okay, so where do you want to start? Goalkeepers or...
Wait, bring up FPL team. I can't see it.
Oh, you can't see it? Oh, damn it.
No.
Why did you not just stop sharing and... Okay, can you see it now?
Yep.
Okay.
Have you checked the stream? I'm not checking the stream.
I've got the chat on my phone here on the side.
No, okay. But they can see this, right?
Oh yeah, they can see this. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So, should we start with the forward line or?
Let's make a. Can you make it blank? What is this? This is your team?
Yes,
oh, right. Okay.
This is my team.
Yeah, let's make it blank because then we can just fill it out from scratch.
Okay. Oh, but I can't remove everyone. I'll have to actually, you know what? Let me go back to plan. Click to change.
That's because you put your team.
Yeah. And if I went...
I use FPL Planner more these days. I think it's better.
But this says Planet FPL predictions, that's why.
Oh, okay.
So the doubles appear. That's kind of the reason.
Alright, cool. Let's... Okay. Yeah, I guess goalkeepers, what I was saying was I like Pope rotating with someone. Can you try that?
So let's get Pope in. Rotating, for now, let's put Areola just for the price.
Yep.
Oh.
No, but someone that plays.
Oh, someone that plays. No, he plays, right?
Like someone that we can use for a double.
Oh, okay. So Pope is double in 32, boost, right? And then you need a doubler in 33.
Wait, go down to the fixture planner. Yeah, there's a fixture planner here, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll need a doubler in 33, right? So that will have to be like Martinez, maybe. Or Rea.
Yeah. I like Rea, yeah.
Okay, so we'll get Rea in.
Yep.
All right, so let's say you've got Rea.
But can you bench boost double goalkeeper in 37?
In 37?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean 33?
36. Sorry, 36.
36.
Go down. When's the second double? 36,
36.
right?
No, you won't get a single double game goalkeeper in 36. You'll have to then pick Aston Villa.
Yep.
Even that is not probably guaranteed because it will be either Aston
Aston
Villa or
Villa and
Palace.
Edison would work.
Yeah.
Yeah, Edison and Martinez is the only combination I can see there.
Yeah, that's the bookies odds for 36. But then do you play, you'd rather play the bench boost in 33 over 36? Because trying to wait and predict 36 doubles.
I'm assuming people have AM or triple caps left though.
Yeah, that's what. If you have AM,
I would say average person has wildcard plus one of those chips left.
Yeah.
And bench boost.
Yeah. So then if you have AM, then you probably go with like Martinez and maybe this thing and Edison.
That's a lot of money.
I mean, you go in Pope and Rea is almost the same.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Because like Rea is more expensive than Edison actually.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's regardless. Okay, so the money is kind of the same, regardless of which keeper you go
true,
for.
true. Yeah, I mean, money doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then you go Gabriel down to this guy, Livramento. Yeah, let's go from the back. So Michaelenko, who's a good cheap guy with fixture implications.
So shall we get Munoz?
Yeah, Munoz, yeah. Sure. Let's just lock in Munoz.
Robinson and Hall.
Go down to the fixture planner again. We want,
I mean, Kirkcase is a possibility if you wanted to.
I kind of like Kirkcase because he helps you out in 36.
Yeah. Estupinan could be decent, maybe.
Is Jed Spence a pick?
He could be. But do you trust Spurs to keep clean sheets?
No, but they're good in 37.
Oh, they'll blank in 37. They'll double in 36. Yes. Yeah.
36, I mean. 36.
That is assuming, like, if they made the Europa League final as well, there's a chance that rotation could happen.
That's how it happens. Okay. No.
Yeah. Spurs is a team that, I mean, Spurs are good for 31. 32 probably not because they might rotate with Europa League.
Yeah, probably only Kirkcase.
Yeah. So this is where it gets a bit more harder with no.
Yeah, but you're gonna bench
Arsenal.
Wait, why is it Arsenal?
I mean, like the Arsenal defender. Like.
Why is Kirkcase playing Arsenal? Isn't this Gameweek 30?
Sorry. This is 35 one. Sorry, let me go to this Gameweek 30. Oh no, I need to reset this. Alright, hold on. Pope and
Raya.
You had Livramento.
Yep.
Munoz. Actually, let me do Livramento for Lewis Hall, just for budgetary reasons. Can decide on the Gabriel later.
Yep.
Munoz. Kirkcase. Alright. I'll keep Gabriel on the bench for now. Just for. So let's say you ended up with something like.
So bench Livramento, first of all, for Salah.
Yeah. And I'll bench Isak for
Bremer.
And Bremer here.
Bowen. Yeah.
Yeah. Bowen will go, right? So let's say you remove Bowen.
Yeah, but instead of Gabriel, who?
That's the question. Like that you could do Saliba instead. You wanted to be different. But like if you didn't want to get Arsenal defense, what other defense are you going?
I like Trippier.
Trippier. So then you go double. Oh no, then you have triple Newcastle.
So
you get Trippier instead of Livramento then.
Yeah. Is there any other City defender you can also get?
Kusanov.
Yeah, is he pretty nailed?
Yeah.
He's looking pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, he's one of their better defenders at this moment.
Get Kuzanov. Instead of Gabriel. Try that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Try Kuzanov. Then we can't have Kluivert and Evanilson and Kirkers. It's going to be annoying.
No. So you'll have to remove. So Kluivert, let's say you go and get Sa in.
Yeah.
And Bowen you replace for Eze, for example. Let's say.
Like, this is our differential wildcard, right?
Yeah.
Now, make Wood Mamush. Yeah. Make... Did you change Evanilson? No, keep Evanilson.
Yeah. Embuemo.
Sorry, we can't see how much money in the bank.
Sorry. 8.6. Sorry. 0.7.
Wait, zoom your screen out one. Minus. Yeah, cool.
Embuemo?
Yeah, Burma has to go. I'm just trying to think who. Wait, do we need Palmer?
No, you can get Saka in.
Get Saka and then get someone who can play this week for Saka.
Would you have an Aston Villa player?
I would have.
Or would you go for Foden?
You have 9 mil in the bank. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd go for Foden. Yeah.
Now I can do Foden on this. Not everyone will be able to have Foden. Oh, too many Man City. Why? Oh, Kusanov. No wonder.
Okay, Kusanov is not worth keeping over Foden.
Yeah.
So someone else.
So I will put Wan-Bissaka there.
Any Arsenal defenders?
You have Raya here. I've gone and added Wan-Bissaka for the moment.
Why Wan-Bissaka?
But this would depend on when you're bench boosting.
The attacking is not gonna keep up.
No. It just depends on when are you bench boosting. That's the thing. So if you're bench boosting in 33, they've got Southampton.
Yeah.
If you're bench boosting in 32, for example, then you'd want... Who would you want? You'd want maybe an Estupinan instead against Leicester.
Yeah, Estupinan, yeah, sure.
Or anyone else that peels?
We have so much money in the bank, there must be a better way to spend it.
Would you prefer Milenkovic?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
but
no. Milenkovic is much better. Yeah.
Bench boosting wise, not that great. Now, again, I have only 0.1 here. People might have more, people might have less.
Yeah, I just mean it feels like I guess there's no big hitters in the game right now.
Yeah. Now, this has 3 premium midfielders, actually, this draft.
This is pretty good, man. I like this draft.
So...
You can punt on Foden. Even if it doesn't work out, you can
swap him for a Newcastle midfielder.
You can recover in a few ways.
Oh, no, you already tripled up on Newcastle. So, yeah, you can swap Foden for some other midfielder, potentially. Like, you could go to Aston Villa midfield in 33.
Even Milan, all the fixtures on the bench are good. Yeah, it's just so
now, this is how it looks like here. But if you go to Gameweek, this is a differential draft, by the way. Anyone can actually pick this up. Gameweek 31 is fine. 32, this is where the doubles happen.
So 31 you roll?
Yeah, you have to roll 31.
Go back to 31, sorry. I just want to confirm that roll.
You probably can start Saka if he's fit again over Evanilson if you wanted to.
Yeah, and Livermore Leicester away.
Yeah, over maybe Guardiola was probably not going to keep a clean sheet.
Okay, cool.
You can start Pope as well over Raya, regardless, whichever.
Yeah, okay, so we roll, and then in 32?
32, it looks like this. Now, you could bench boost in 32 if you wanted to.
No. That's not. I think this is like an AM. Is there a triple cap available? Yeah, Isaac, right?
Yeah, Isaac.
Yeah, so this is when you would trigger your AM or Isaac. But now you would run into the issue of you have locked yourself out of AM.
Oh, yeah. If you're AM, you have one less Crystal Palace. You don't have a Eze or something like that.
Let's assume AM. I think a lot of people have AM.
So if you have AM, you have one less Palace. You just remove Eze.
Okay, then what can we get instead?
You can go Rashford or an Aston Villa. That's the place you would go.
Really?
Yeah, because you want like a doubler in 33, right? And you don't want to spend a transfer.
Can you not have a Kluivert?
You could, but then you're booking in a transfer for 33. You want to try and minimize your booking of transfers for 33.
Are there any Liverpool midfielders that are worth picking?
Szoboszlai.
Yeah.
That is an option. But even then,
not Diaz.
Could go Diaz potentially.
Yeah.
You could punt on Diaz, but he hasn't been on the best of forms. But I don't have the budget for it. Someone else might have.
Okay.
So it's team dependent on that one. That Szoboszlai, how much is Szoboszlai?
SZ.
Oh, no wonder. It's 6.4. Yeah.
Okay.
That is possible. The thing with this is like your 33 doesn't look as great.
Yeah, just.
So you go into 31 like this.
This looks fine.
Yeah, you could still start Evan Wilson over Szoboszlai in this specific situation. But
in 32?
32, you look like this. This is with the AM, and this is why I would rather punt on Aston Villa player.
The maximum number of players that double, right?
You still have the maximum number with the AM, but I would rather have an Aston Villa punt here because they play Southampton in 32.
But like they play PSG before
yes.
and after.
So you need to take a you need to
rotation is an issue.
Yes.
They might just look up to lock up the win. Like it's just,
that is
there's a lot of external factors.
Yeah,
for that.
well, definitely.
But I don't like Villa as much as you do.
Yeah, fair enough. But I'm like chasing like this thing.
But still, like
it's a lot of risk. It's a massive amount of risk.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't like Villa here at all. Like there's other ways you can chase.
True. But like then the other question is like when you go into 33, right? So this is 32. You don't make
no,
transfers.
Here I think it sucks to have Foden and Marmoush.
For be up against Crystal Palace.
I think it sucks.
Yeah.
So here's where you're gonna pay for having Foden.
Yeah.
Szoboszlai is not that good either. So you're using up 2 midfield slots for average fixtures.
Yeah. So it's not that great.
Yeah, I don't think we can pick them. I don't think we can pick them both.
You had to have someone else.
I think don't pick Foden.
Don't pick Foden. Then who do you? So then where do you go?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Do you keep Palmer and assume Palmer's form returns?
Yeah, I think maybe you just keep Palmer.
If you kept Palmer and so that's I don't have budget is problem. Palmer too expensive.
Yeah, but can you go Szoboszlai cheaper or no?
You can. You can go Morgan Rogers. You can go.
If you like so much, why wouldn't you just go Rogers?
Who? Oh, you could go Jacob Murphy as well and not have Livramento.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
So you go Murphy. And instead of Livramento, you have a 4.7 slot.
So now we have triple Newcastle, double Bournemouth. Yeah. I don't know. Brighton defenders?
Can
you get Man United defenders?
You can get Dogu.
Yeah.
He has Wolves in 33.
Yeah, fuck it. You get Dogu. Yeah, so
you'd had something like this.
Yeah, 32 and 33 play up. 32 is fine. Skip to 33.
32 is like this.
I mean 32, yeah.
This is not too bad.
This is pretty good. This is much better.
Yeah.
This is much better. So Dogu replaces Guardiola, obviously.
Yes.
And Evan Nilsson replaces someone.
Evan Nilsson, no, doesn't. He just stays on the bench.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, this is quite good.
Now, this is assuming you have AM, by the way. If you don't have AM, obviously, then
so we have AM Glasner already.
Yeah, but if you don't have AM, you just like Palmer is like Eze or something. Just assume like that. Yeah.
Like AM is active now. This is the second week.
Yeah. Now the thing with this is, I will add, this is not 2 free transfers. You probably spent a transfer already on switching managers.
Why?
Like
right. That's a given. Yeah.
So
it's worth it for AM.
Yeah.
Using transfers on AM is very efficient.
Oh, I need to mention this as well, because this has 0.2 in the bank. So I need to consider if you're playing AM, you have to have like Glasner level budget.
Yeah.
Which is God knows how much that is, like 0.8 or something.
I agree, but like it's just something that if we get into, it'll be like a whole decision.
Yeah, so you'll have like a, because if you look at the managers, so Glasner is 0.8, and Unai Emery is 0.8. Howe is 1.5, so you probably wouldn't go for Howe because of that. You might not have.
You can't go for Howe anyway. You have triple Newcastle.
Oh yeah, sorry. So you'll have Eddie Howe. So you'll have Unai Emery and Glasner. So you'll need at least 0.8.
Yeah, and you can go to Amarim as well. So,
yeah, 0.8 as well.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you have enough choice.
Yeah. So you'll need to. I guess you downgrade Milenkovic.
Put it in, but put it in. Put Amarim.
For 31.
Sorry, not Amarim. What's his name? Glasner.
Yep. So you will downgrade Milenkovic instead and have someone else in that spot. How much is Williams? Nico Williams, 4.4. Someone who has money might be able to afford this actually. Let's just assume you have cash from Nico Williams.
Right?
Huh?
Kuzanov?
He's 5 million.
Oh, right.
Oh, you could do that instead of Guardiola, but like, yeah, I prefer Guardiola. You can have Nico Williams because Nico Williams won't play in the FA Cup semi-finals because he's suspended. So he'll definitely play in 30. Who?
Do you have money for this?
I don't have. I'm 0.1 short. But some others might have.
Yeah, okay.
Some might not have, and then they'll have to make sacrifices elsewhere as well, potentially. So they might like sacrifice instead of Evan Nilsson, have like a Joe Pedro or something like that.
Yeah.
So 32, let's say we go like this, right?
Yo, that's not a bad idea. Go Joe Pedro instead of Evan Nilsson.
So we go Joe Pedro.
Yeah.
Oh, he's 5.6. Yeah, he's still cheaper than Evan Nilsson.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not. He's the same price as Evan Nilsson. Never mind.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Ignore me. I mean, still, yeah, makes sense. It depends on your budgets, to be honest.
Okay, now let's go to 33.
33, you end up like this.
Yeah, so now you have this 33. Yeah.
This is 33.
You have this is the last week of Glasner, right? Yeah.
Yes, this is the last week of Glasner. And you have 2 free transfers. This is assuming you haven't switched managers.
I'll play Dogu, I imagine, over Kirkers.
Yeah, so this is what your team would look like with an AM. Now, obviously, if you...
Column says, does this include free hitting in Game Week 34? Yeah, almost definitely.
If you go to 34, this is what 34 looks like.
Oh, okay. Let's see how many we can get up. And we've saved every transfer, right? Oh, no, one we spent on
spent on AM 1 transfer. You can not free hit in 34. Yes.
Hey, all these people have good fixtures.
You can avoid free hit in 34.
Who do you want to get rid of at this point?
At this point...
Newcastle. Oh, no, but you can't.
No, you can't. You need the... And they're playing Ipswich. So you need the... So this is for anyone whose AM doesn't have to play free hit in 34. They could free hit in 36 instead. Or bench. They could free hit in 37 and bench boost in 36.
If you're not free hitting in 34 and free hitting in 36, what players...
Sorry, no, you'll not free hit in 34. You'll aim 31 to 33.
Yeah.
You will bench boost 36 and free hit in 37 to cover the blanks that happen because of the bench boost in 36.
So what players does that allow you to go for that others don't? Right, because you're chasing, right? That's a differential wildcard.
Yeah.
So let's look at the fixtures below.
So what are we talking about? Are we talking about?
Or maybe even bring up. Can you bring up Ben Curlin?
Yes.
This thing is way harder to see.
I need to switch. Yeah, this tab. Can you see this?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, so you need basically a team that plays in 34, but also potentially doubles in 36.
A team that plays in 34 doubles in 36. Okay.
Which would be your likes. You'll have to take a punt. You'll have to, because you won't know the
Forest. Forest is the main one.
But they could not double in 36 because
the 36 double is possible and unlikely is the blank in 34. Forest.
Yeah, Forest. The 36 double is possible only if they beat Man City in the semis.
Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah. So then, if you do that, you could actually do that. Actually, so you could.
Forest is the one, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Forest is the one, right?
Yeah. So you cover yourself somewhat because if I switch back to this tab, you already have City players, right? You could cover yourself in a risk, like in terms of risk handling, like take a punt on. Okay, you get some Forest players in. And if they don't double, then you at least have some City players for the double instead. Kind of situation. Now you already have one Forest player in Williams here.
Yeah.
You get another, like a Elanga, for example, who might come in for, I guess, Ismail Sarr.
But doesn't Sarr double after this?
If they beat Aston Villa in the semis.
Yeah. So as in Sarr has a probability of double, right?
Yes, Sarr has a probability. So maybe then Saka is the one that you remove. Because he doesn't have a probability of double.
If you have to remove Saka, then I would say you never get Saka in the first place.
Fair enough. Because they have Bournemouth, Liverpool, Newcastle, and then they end with Southampton.
Yeah. I mean, did we get a double out of Saka?
Yes, we did in 33.
Oh, okay.
Because Crystal Palace and Ipswich.
My bad. Yeah, then get rid of Saka.
Yeah, so then you get rid of Saka.
Is Man U a good team to get?
No, they don't. They won't have a double.
Right. Yeah.
And they got. I mean, it's not too bad. You can like a Bruno Fernandes, but your chances of a double are low.
Yeah, makes sense.
But it's not too bad still. Like Bruno is still not too bad, but like.
So who's the pick here to maximize double?
If you go Saka to you can't. You won't know. That's the problem. Because you don't know the FA Cup results.
You'll have better set of probabilities.
The other option is you just play with 10 in 34, right?
Yeah, but you have to not play with 9 though.
No, you don't play with 9. So you keep the City and the Palace players.
Yeah.
You remove Saka for, let's say, for example, Elanga.
Yeah,
right?
go along.
Yeah, it's not too bad, right? 9 players, fine. I mean, you play with 10. Sorry, you play with 10 players, fine. Yeah, you captain Isak against Ipswich.
Sure.
And then you go into 35. You have 3 free transfers. Team looks like this.
Yeah.
Assuming no injuries and whatnot.
Yeah.
You go into the 36 double.
Yep.
The odds predict Aston Villa and the City.
Yeah.
Now, if Aston Villa and City end up in the double, you've got 2 City players already. You've got Kirkes as well for Bournemouth Dublin.
Yeah. And you have 3, so you don't want Palace anymore, right?
No, you don't need Palace anymore. This is where you could, instead of like me doing Joe Pedro.
Now you get Rashford.
Yes, you could keep Evan Nilsson.
Yeah.
Instead of like doing the Joe Pedro, because if City end up doubling, right, you have a situation where obviously you have Kirke, you have already 4. You have the doubles for City and Bournemouth.
Yeah.
And then you just get your Aston Villa. Now with Rashford, I should add, he obviously after the 36 double, 37 they will blank, and 38 he'll be ineligible to play against Man United because he's on loan. I should add that.
Yeah, so they'll probably play him in 36 and 37.
Yeah. So
anyway, the at a macro level, Sarr to Aston Villa midfielder.
Yeah,
right?
like Sarr to an Aston Villa midfielder, Isak to Watkins, something like that.
Yeah.
And you get like your Aston Villa players. And Aston Villa play.
Aston Villa defender.
I don't trust Villa defense enough to expect them, so I probably wouldn't do that. But you can go and get some Spurs players because they will double as well potentially.
Yeah.
So you could do like they have Crystal Palace and Aston Villa, so you can do Palmer to like Son or something.
Yeah. Yeah. So you bring in a Bournemouth mid and an Aston Villa mid.
Oh yeah, you could bring in a Bournemouth mid as well. Like
so
you could do.
Sarr. Yeah.
He could go to like a Clivert or something.
Yeah, do that. Then.
And
to.
You could do Palmer.
Yeah.
Palmer can go for like a Heung-min Son or something.
Yeah.
And like Isak can go to a Watkins, for example.
Wait. That doesn't seem that efficient. Hang on. Can't we get another doubler in midfield? We're bench boosting now, right?
Oh yes, you are.
So Murphy to someone.
Murphy could go to another Spurs midfielder, like
Madison,
Kulusevski, whoever is Johnson, Brennan Johnson.
Pick Madison. Yeah, I mean this is pretty good. We still have 1 transfer.
Yeah, you have Isak on the bench for bench boost. Dogu. Dogu could also be someone else here. Like you could have picked, if you're going that AM route, instead of Vasquez Dogu, you could have had Hoysen here and hoped that they Bournemouth double. So you could have had Kirk. So you won't have Kirk then. Sorry, never mind. Ignore me. Maybe you could have had another
differential strategy.
Yeah, you could have had another Forest defender as well potentially. I don't know the budget wise. You'll have to have check and see. But yeah, I mean it's still a differential option here. This is not a bad bench boost as well. It's okay. The goalkeepers aren't the most ideal situation, but it's okay.
Yeah. You don't really want to spend too many transfers on a goalkeeper.
Yeah, and then you will obviously end up free hitting.
Yeah, you just have to.
Yeah. So that is your AM.
I think it's a good sign when your free hit decision is clear, because that means that you've used up the game weeks around it well.
Yeah. So this is your basically AM and then bench boost in 36, free hit in 37 strategy, and obviously you don't have to. You play with 10 players in game week 34, which is not too bad, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because it allows you to do a lot.
Yeah. Now, if you don't have the AM, then you're more likely bench boosting in 33 because your team slightly switches about because you'll have one extra palace and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, that's not a bad team we ended up with, to be honest.
Yeah.
Thinking about it.
And we ended up with an interesting differential one.
Yeah. I need to obviously mention the fact that we were short here on budget, but someone else would have the team value, but it's just
it's quite a possible team, which is the point.
Yeah, it's a possible team. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of where we are.
Yeah. So you're wildcarding?
31.
Okay.
Yeah. So I might actually look at this team and think about it a bit more potentially.
Yeah, you could get close to this. You'll have another game week of info.
Yeah, exactly. And it's nice and differential as well.
Yeah, but it's not crazy at the same time.
No, it's not. Exactly.
Yeah.
Cool. I think we'll end it there.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. So pretty interesting conversation in terms of like differential
wildcards. Yeah.
Wildcards. So hopefully that helped people. And hopefully didn't confuse anyone. This is Dom's wildcard, who's wildcarding in Game Week 30 from the Discord. He shared it. He's basically gone Rhea and Martinez, Guardiola, Munoz, Gabriel, Danburn, Wan-Bissaka, Palmer as a placeholder for Saka, Clivert, Salah, and Jacob Murphy. He's gone Isak, Mateta, and Marmoush.
Yeah.
That's
pretty solid.
Yeah.
Pretty similar to what you came up with before.
Yep. And then Karan. This is your team. I'm going to read it out for anyone listening on the audio.
Yeah.
So you got Pickford, Munoz, Dalot, Nuri, Mbeumo, Palmer, Bruno Fernandes, Salah, Evan Nilsson, Isak, Chris Wood. On the bench, you have Fabianski, Minte, Kastanege, and Mikalenko. What is the plan?
One free transfer.
Yeah, no wildcard left. How are you navigating this?
I mean, look, I'm probably going to go Wood to Marmoush.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then I might just, yeah, that's it. But I'm thinking about playing Minte for Bueno.
Yes, that could be. So Rata is injured, I think. So he's not going to be available as well. So Minte better start.
The real beneficiary of that is Joe Pedro.
Yeah, fair enough. Yep.
I wonder if I could get Joe Pedro for Wood. But probably not.
Marmoush is better. Yeah.
So Wood for Marmoush and and then thinking about taking a hit Buemo to Eze or Sa.
Yeah, that's also not too bad.
You like that for a hit?
I mean, the fixture is there for the returns.
Yeah.
Not the worst.
And I need it in place anyway.
Yeah, exactly. You'll have to take that hit eventually, right? So you might as well take it now.
Yeah. My defense looks crap, but whatever. United defense doesn't look too bad of late.
Yeah, fair enough.
I can see them trying to lock down the game.
Yep. Cool. And then this is my team. Sells, Gabriel, Munoz, Guardiola, Salah, Clivert, Bowen, Palmer, Marmoush, Isak, and Evan Nilsson. I already took the hit to get Marmoush in, so I've taken a -4.
You're pretty good about Captain Marmoush.
I'm going to captain Marmoush. He's in rank, so I'm captaining Marmoush. I'm also hoping that Everton can keep it tight, hopefully. I don't know.
But yeah.
Yeah, I know. They probably might not, but yeah. The Mbeumo is on the bench, but it's between him and Bowen. And Bowen is kind of like the lower owned player, so I'm like, okay, maybe I'll just like put it on keep Bowen there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of my thinking. And then wildcard in 31. Yeah. That's it. Let me just bring up the chat to make sure I haven't missed anything. Amara, hello Ryan, can you please check my team? I can, but I won't be able to check it on this stream. It'll be on the deadline stream. So deadline stream will be in a couple of hours actually, I should mention. So I'll have a quick sleep and have a look at that. Or Amara, you can message me and I'll reply to that. But at the stream we won't be looking because we'll need to end the stream soon. Tiger says I swapped Ant Nouri for Hudson Odoi, still have Chris Wood. Tiger also, I think, depends on when he's wildcard in. Sent you a message. Okay, I'll have a look at that later. Combe says 2 free transfers. I'm just doing Chris Wood to Marmoush and Neto to Eze. Yeah, I'll sort out my defense and the rest of my team in my Game Week 31 wildcard. That's basically it. Ooh, I think that's it. Anything else?
No, it's been a long but good episode.
Yes, indeed. We came up with a very interesting wildcard that I didn't think about.
We're both, yeah. If I had wildcard, I'd probably do something like that.
Yep, fair enough.
You should see if you can borrow something from it next week.
Yeah, exactly. Try and, because like at 1.4 million, I need to play something differential.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so yeah, fair enough. All right, I will see everyone in the deadline stream basically 2 hours before the deadline. So I need to go and get some sleep because it'll be only a couple of hours of sleep and then deadline stream after that. And we are also closing in on 1,000 subscribers. We're on 980 at the moment. So closing in. If you know any friends who play FPL, do let them know to subscribe as well and try and help us get to 1,000. Cool. That's basically it. If you're listening on audio, please do leave us a 5-star rating on Spotify and Apple Podcast and whatnot. Having said all of that, thank you all for watching. Make sure to hit the like, subscribe, and we'll see you all later.